So today we are going to talk about an important topic, that is about paintings of the exterior and interior surfaces. What is a paint? A solution of a pigment in water, oil or organic solvent, which is used to cover wood or metal articles either for protection or for appearance. Now, what is the function and purpose? An economic method of surface protection and preservation to building materials and components. An economic method of surface decoration to building materials and the components. So what are the properties of paint? Wearability, covering ability, the ease of cleaning, protection of the substrate, environment friendly, aesthetic and practical and cost effective. Classification of paints. Architectural paints are air drying materials applied by brush or spray to the architectural and structural surfaces which forms decorative and protective purpose. Commercial paints. These are air drying or baking cured materials applied by brush, spray or magnetic agglomeration to kitchen and laundry appliances, automobile, machinery and furniture, and are used as highway marking materials. The industrial paints, these are subdivided by their intended service: corrosion resistant coatings, high temperature coatings and coatings for immersion service. Basic components of paint. Liquid part contains water and solvent. The pigment contains adhesives and along with binder. The different types of paint: acrylic paint, automotive paint, concrete paint, eggshell paint, epoxy paint, emulsion paint, enamel paint, latex paint, metallic paint and texture paint. The difference between acrylic and automotive paint. Otto and Rome actually introduced these type of paints. Acrylic paints are fast drying paint. Acrylic paints combine pigment and emulsion. Acrylic paints have no strong chemical shell or smell. Acrylic paints are available in many varieties. Acrylic paints are basically water-based paint. Let's come to automotive paint. These are actually 4 types of paint, such as lacquer, urethane, water-based and enamel. Here the lacquer gives the smooth and the glossy shine. The urethane are highly toxic and we should use them safely. The enamel also gives nice and glossy finish. Water is based in non-toxic and it is best for use. In concrete paint, there are 2 ingredients, resin and hardener. These ingredients are lime, Portland cement. The same components used in epoxy paint. These have rust, corrosion and waterproof and are heat resistant. Concrete paints are basically used for interior and exterior surfaces. These are also used at driveways, garages and so on. And these are popular for standing heavy traffic in it. In case of eggshell paint, these are hard wearing and are easy to use for rooms. These are also used on doors and windows. These are slightly luster compared to flat finish. These are basically used in bathroom, kitchen and kids' room. These type of paints have strong and are difficult to damage. These are durable protecting coating. These are washable and are dirt resistant. Epoxy paint. These are made from resins and other additives. These are basically used for hard surfaces such as floors, walls. This gives very glossy sheen look. These are UV, heat, water and corrosive resistant. There are two types of coating: waterborne epoxy coating and epoxy powder coating. In case of emulsion paints, these are basically made of synthetic particles, pigments and water. These are less toxic, less wax and less harmful to health. These are easy to apply and dry quickly. These are used for wood, metal, indoor and outdoor. These are easily available in many varieties such as eggshell, matte. In enamel paint, these are basically used for hard, glossy and opaque finish. These are cleaned by paint thinner or mineral spirits. These are used in interior and exterior house surfaces. This contains heat resistant properties. These are available in water or solvent base in the form of urethane and polyurethane. Latex paint. These are invented in 1940s at Canada. These are made of resin using rubber tree with binder. These have the latest synthetic binder used for latex paint. Here, cracking, peeling, scratches are resistant. Resistant also to water, alkali, cleaners or mildew. These are synthetic latex made from chemicals. The latex paint are famous in the United States. Metallic paint. These are also called as polychromatic. These paints are available in many colors. These are rust resistant and anti-corrosive. These have the modern techniques which makes easy to repaint. These are very much expensive and this consists of base having coating with lacquer and urethane. The texture paint. These are made for holding texture design. The good wall designs as compared to plain walls. Resins and other additives to the texture are intact. Ultraviolet staining and cracking are resistant to this type of paints. These are also used for old paneling, the walls and the holes. The tools such as rollers, stamps and sponges are being used. The effects such as stucco, metallic and sand. So why do we need different types of paints? Different paints have different functionalities. Each paint has its own individual specialty. Some paints are used to smoothen the wall textures which are known as primers. Primers assures paint longevity. Enamel paints are used in textures subjected to heavy wears and are used for exterior wall paintings. Interior paints specializes in painting the interiors of our house. Places like bedroom, kitchen, washroom, emulsions are best uses of interior paints. Exterior paints specializes in painting the exterior walls of our house. Walls that are more exposed and subjected to nature, wear and tear. Oil paints are popular for glossy woodwork, doors and furniture as well as demanding surfaces such as floors. The manufacturing procedure. Raw materials containing resin, pigment and additive agents are generally major components of paint. The mixing. Resin, pigment and solvent are mixed to produce an even mill base. Milling. Mill base produced at the premixing process is sent to the disperser to finely disperse the pigment particles. Blending. Resin, additive agents and so on are added to the mill base, the dispersion of which is completed. Also the color phase is adjusted with color materials. Filtering. Blended and toned paint is filtrated. Packing. Filtrated paint is packed into a container. Paints can be applied by brush, spray and roller. Defects in painting. Fading. The gradual loss of color is known as fading. This may be due to the effect of sun rays. Flaking or peeling. This is due to poor adhesion. Paint may peel off from the surface. Blistering. This is caused by water vapor which is trapped behind the painted surface. It may occur due to imperfect seasoning of timber. Bloom. The formation of dull patches on the finished surface is known as bloom. It may occur due to bad ventilation or defective paint. Running. The paint runs back and leaves some areas of surface uncovered. This defect occurs when surface is too thickly painted. Sagging will definitely occur. Wrinkling. If the horizontal surface is too thickly painted, wrinkling will occur.